What's up, guys? You don't understand how weird this feels to be getting ready to sit down and edit a video about a punter and their journey in the NFL. But we all know Pat McAfee, not necessarily for him as a punter on the field, but him off the field and his time commentating through comedy, WWE. But it's obvious we all know him through the Pat McAfee Show, where he's gained a following over 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube. To find out how Pat's got to this point in his career, we have to start from the beginning. Pat McAfee was an incredible soccer player as a young kid, and even had more college offers to play soccer than he did football. He began his kicking career for football as a freshman in high school. And as a senior, Pat borrowed $100 from a friend. With this money, he went to an illegal poker club and turned that money into $1,400. He used this money to travel down to Miami, where he'd take part in the competition, highlighting the greatest high school kickers in the country. He got lucky as he registered for the competition on the very last day. And on that day, he hit 9 straight field goals, starting from the 25 and moving back to where he'd eventually be set up for a 70-yard field goal. He missed slightly right, but he showed he had what it took to hit it from that range. Once he came home, he was met with the surprise that would change his life forever. Tony Gibson, the head recruiter for West Virginia, flew in to grant him a full ride to play football for West Virginia. At West Virginia, he became a first-year starter, playing 12 games and hitting on 98% of his extra points at 48 for 49, and 11 for 18 on field goal attempts, to tally a total of 81 points for his freshman year. Pat also began to make a name for himself as a great onside kicker. His most memorable onside kick taking place on a triple overtime win against Louisville. This kick, along with the 26-yard field goal by Pat, led WVU back after being down 24-7 midway through the fourth. In his sophomore year, McAfee also became the team's punter, where he averaged 43 yards a punt, and as a kicker still managed to hit 100% of his extra points and hit 77% of his field goals to help this WVU team to a Gator Bowl win. As a junior, Pat McAfee missed just a single extra point to end his 106 consecutive extra point streak. But overall, Pat had a great year, finishing as a semifinalist for the country's best kicker at the college level, named Special Teams Player of the Week 3 times, and finished second team All-Big East. But McAfee's biggest mark on his resume came in that year with a game against unranked Pitt, where number 2 ranked West Virginia lost the game, and even worse, their national championship hopes. Many fans believe Pat lost in this game, missing 2 easy field goals in a 13-9 loss. This caused them to fall to 11th in the rankings, and Pat even later saying that he never travels back to WVU as he still receives death threats from many die-hard fans because of this game, even though he was still their all-time greatest kicker. His senior year was huge, as he became the program's all-time leading scorer, having another year hitting 100% of his extra points and 85% of his field goals. But his most memorable moment came against Cincinnati, when WVU found themselves down by 13 with just over a minute to go in the fourth. WVU forced a safety, then scored a touchdown to bring the team within 3. McAfee had a crazy onside kick to grant WVU the ball again. With this possession, Pat nailed a 53-yard field goal to tie his career long and send the game to overtime, just as time expired. In overtime, Pat nailed another field goal to put WVU on a 16-0 run, but it wasn't enough, and Cincinnati scored a touchdown to seal the game. McAfee left WVU first all-time in points, second in the Big 12, first in extra points in the Big 12, and first in punting yards for the Big 12. Following the season, Pat played in the Senior Bowl and the State Farm All-Star Football Game Challenge and won the Round the World Kicking Contest. Going into the draft, Pat McAfee was contacted and told by the Cowboys that they were going to draft him. And out of nowhere, they took a different kicker in the 5th round. At this point, he was expected to go undrafted, as no other team contacted him prior to the draft, until the Colts traded up and took him in the 7th round. But to everyone's surprise, they took him as a punter, as the team already had an all-time great kicker in that of Adam Vinatieri. In his first year, he made the all-rookie first team as a punter, and throughout his career, he was a 2-time Special Teams Player of the Week, 1-time Special Teams Player of the Month. One season, he even averaged 49 yards a punt, putting him 12th all-time in single-season punting average, and this contributed to him being ranked 8th all-time in punting average. McAfee went down as one of the greatest in his era at his position, and undoubtedly the greatest onside kicker in his era. He was a 2-time All-Pro player and 1-time All First Team Pro. Safe to say, he was pretty damn good on the field. And he better thank his high school friend for that $100, because he would not be here today as we know him. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I know I usually stick just to basketball content, but I feel like him as a content creator usually kind of differs from all types of sports, so I feel like a lot of you would have been familiar with him. And just like I say every video, if you guys have any thing to say, whether my video is shit or any way that I can improve it, I'd really appreciate it if you could just comment down below, and if you have any video suggestions. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.